I've left the housing actually, thermostat housing on, just simply because it was an absolute nightmare to seal up last time. Okay, what I've done is I've just slackened off this adjuster nut here, and I've just undone this little screw, not all the way, just a little bit, just to slacken off the pressure in the rocker assembly, so that when I take the head off and then reassemble it, there won't be any pressure on the valves. That will mean I've got to reset the tappets, but you should reset the tappets anyway. This should help ensure that you get a correct torque setting on the head nuts, which are these ones here and here. Get the correct torque settings and get the head down nice and flat. Right, as you can see here, we've removed pedestal nuts, the head nuts, hold the head down, also the washers. Be very careful you remove the washers. You should be able to, slowly but surely, this, as you can see, should come free. You can pull the whole rocker assembly off. It's important to watch out for, at the back here, the push rods that are actually at the back, because you need to keep them in order. Right, we're going to remove the push rods now. Move them very carefully, gently, straight up, and you can hear them, they just suction up very slowly out of the cam followers that are in the engine. Then when you remove them all the way out, you need to get a piece of card like this, label it up 1 to 8, and then pop them in 1 to 8 so that you know which ones to put back in which order. Here we are fitting the new gasket. You notice we took the studs out, and I've laid the gasket on the top. As you can notice, there should be a top written on the gasket, as you see there, so you know which orientation it is and all the holes line up. And then you screw the studs in and just nip them up with a pair of like mole grips or something. Just wrap something around the shank and then nip them up. This will stop you from damaging the gasket when you put it back on. You hand down the back there and put the bottom hose back on. As you notice, the top bypass hose we talked about earlier has been slackened right off, ready to accept the new head. The bottom nut has been checked and tightened, make sure everything's nice and tight. Alright, we've slid the head on. Just take each one of these push rods, dip the push rod in some oil, and then slide the push rod down in there until you feel it locate in, like there's like a cup inside there, so it has to locate inside that cup and obviously be straight, etc. And then you can put the rocker assembly back on. Right, what we've done, you've put the push rods in order. So the little ball end I've dipped in a cup, as you can see down there, of oil, and then dropped them in very slowly and centered them up just so that you can feel them push into like a little cup that's in there. Then I don't know if you can see, but each of the little cup ends on the end of the push rod, we've just dabbed a little bit of oil in, lubrication, ready for when we put the rocker assembly on. As you can see, all the head nuts are on finger tight with their washers. Same with the pedestal nuts. The second one in has a special washer, which you should have noticed when you're taking off. So it's had its normal pedestal nut on and a washer. So they're all done up finger tight. There's no other pressure on the head. All of these are, all of the rockers are loose because we've taken the pressure off. As you can see, the nuts undone. You've got to make sure that all of the little balls are located in the cups at the back of the rockers, just in there. So everything's located in, so that when you tighten it up, you don't tighten it up on an edge and get a false reading. So you've got to make sure they're in like that. Everything's pushed back, pushed in. Now you've got to do them up in a specific order, starting from the middle. Now there's two ways of doing it. There's two different theories. One's in the Haynes book. There's an older theory of crossing them. It's up to you which one you pick. Take your money, pay your money, take your choice, if you know what I mean. Right, we've took down all the head nuts in order. We took them to half pressure first, and then full pressure. The values from the Haynes manual is what we've used. So I took them to 25 pounds and then to 50 pounds, because these are brand new head bolts. On older engines, they do say that you can only go up to about 42 pounds. So you'd halve that again and use that. And then obviously also while we're doing that, the pedestal nuts have been up to 24 pounds, again as quoted in the Haynes manual that I've got. You're best checking them for your checking those torque settings for your specific engine. Heater hose is back on, put back on and tighten the L clip up. The radiator hose is back on. The bypass hose down the back has been tightened up. Manifold nuts are back in, as you can see, and they're ready to accept. They've just done it a little bit with the big washers, ready to slide the carburetors in, and then we can tighten them up, get everything in place, reconnect the cables and the ignition leads, put some water in it. Should we be ready to go? Right, okay. We've removed the spark plugs to set the tappets again. I've drizzled a bit of oil all over the tappets and over the rocker shaft, so that when it starts up it's got a bit of lubrication. We've connected the vacuum hose. We've connected the temperature gauge connection down here. The carburetors are on. I've connected the fuel supply up, tighten that up. The two cables, the choke cable and the accelerator cable, have been connected. The two air filters have been bolted on. We need to check that there's some oil in the dash pots. If that's not level with the lower neck inside. When you look inside, there's a lower neck. If that's not level, so just check that. We need to put the rocker cover gasket on, put the spark plugs back in, attach the spark plug leads as per when we labelled them up before, and we need to add some water, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Right, that's everything reconnected now. So the breather's reconnected, spark plugs are in, and the leads are on as per the order. Everything's hooked up, ready to go. So we just need to start it up now and see how it sounds.